how do I move forward after discovering my husband's porn addiction and debt that he was hiding from me related to that. So at the end of January this year, it's about 5 weeks ago, my husband confessed to me out of the blue. I had no idea that anything was going on. I had no suspicions. I had no concerns. I will say, like, we are people of faith. And in the last year, we've been getting more involved in our church, volunteering and just kind of going on a deeper level with that than just kind of the shallow base of like just going to Sunday and then doing whatever we want to the rest of the week. And so like, I thought we had come to a really good place. And then he confessed this, that he felt like, he wasn't going to be able to rid himself of this until he came to me with it. And he confessed that he had been struggling with porn his whole life and that he actually has about $5,000 of credit card debt that he racked up on OnlyFans.
Ooh.
And so we got into all of that. And, I know you're always saying, behavior is a language. And 24-hour, like the very next day, immediately, his entire behavior had changed. And I didn't realize how we had gotten so far from where we began as far as like how we interact with each other, what our daily life looks like. And then I didn't realize until he changed it that he had been pulling away for a long time, that he wasn't as affectionate as he used to be. And I thought that was partly just, being, we've been together for 5 years. We're a blended family. We have one baby together. We have children from other marriages. But our baby is about 1.5 years old. And so I just kind of thought it was, just what happens after postpartum, just kind of you grow apart, you don't talk as much, you're stressed out, whatever. But so anyway, he has changed his behavior like 180 degrees. Like he's more, immediately the next day, he's more affectionate with me. He's talking to me. He's more open with me. He's like trying to reassure me. He's more involved with the kids rather than just like putting his earbuds in and doing chores or whatever he's doing. He's like more involved with them as well. He's, not getting irritated with like the baby throwing fits like he was before, and just really, really night and day. And then 2 weeks after his initial confession, which mind you, I had asked him, do you have any, like, did you have an affair? No. Is there anything else I need to know? No. 2 weeks afterwards, I've just kind of like had this like nagging feeling, and I kept getting, like the lightning bolt things in my mind, and I continue to get those. And I've had 2 other serious adult relationships before him, and, both of those cheated on me. Both of those had porn addictions as well. And so I just kind of have been through this before, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to go through his phone history. And there was a couple numbers that he would text every once in a while, like a few times a month. And I could see, I don't know, I couldn't read the text, but I know that they were exchanging pictures. And so I confronted him about that. And he admitted that those were people that he does know, girls that he does know, that he would basically solicit for pictures. And they would talk, whatever. He says he never met up with them. He says he never engaged in anything physical, that it was just, to him, it was just another mode of getting more content or something. I don't really know. So that I think that part hurt more, because like I tried to explain to him, like, do you understand how dangerous that is? Like, it's one thing having a porn addiction to me. Like it is bad. And I know that. But like, I know he's not going to be with those people. But for him to text people that are actually local to us, that's a problem, because it could venture into the, hey, let's meet up. Hey, like, let's do this, whatever.
Yeah.
And I will say that the texts and stuff that I did find, everything was from before the first confession. Like, there hasn't been anything since.
Does that make you feel better?
So it does make me feel better, that I feel like he's doing everything he can to show me that he's different. Like he says that he feels like he has killed this sin from himself, like that he has, he laid it down to die. And
so just so you know, that's nonsense. That's not how that works.
Okay.
You don't take a lifetime of challenge and dump it on your wife. Only tell part of the truth and leave out the worst parts, and then be like, cool, I'm all good.
Yeah.
That's not how addiction works. That's not how betrayal works. That's not how a liar operates.
Yeah.
I think you are wrestling with the fact that, good God Almighty, this happened again.
Yeah.
And the first thing you told me was you had no idea. And one of the most common things I hear from folks when they're just stumbling back from any number of levels of betrayal, right, is you thought your radar was better than this.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't trust you anymore.
Right.
And so now you're taking shards, like little scraps of paper, and trying to like duct tape it all together, trying to scotch tape it back together because that's your original marriage contract. You're like, no, we're good now. We're good. It's been 3 weeks. We're good. Because I don't think you can. I don't know if you've got it in your chest to go through this a third time.
I mean, I'm for sure sick of it. That was one of the things I was just like, again, because like he knew my history.
Yeah.
And he knew everything. Like we've been more open with each other than.
No, you haven't.
I mean.
No, you haven't.
Well.
You were open.
Yeah. And he was hiding that all along, and so we have been talking on a deeper level. And
yeah, but talk all day. He stole from your family account.
Yeah.
How much? How much did he spend on OnlyFans?
$5,000.
God Almighty.
Well, more. It's been more than that over the years. That's what is in collections now because he could no longer keep up with the minimum payments.
Gosh, dude.
Without me, asking like, why are you paying so much on this card?
Yeah, sweet Ashley, I don't think you're fully metabolizing this.
I mean, probably not.
Because you've also been through the aftermath before. You've been through divorce before. You've been through you've been through the ash, and I know you don't want to go back there. I'm not suggesting you have to go back there, but you have to treat this as serious as that.
Yeah.
There is 0% chance that he quote unquote just laid it down. Nonsense. If he got rid of his cell phone and he turned Wi-Fi off in the house, maybe. But how in the world, how can you go from he stole money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from the family pot? Money for your new baby, money for y'all's kids, money for rent, money for clothes, money for food. He blew your credit up because he just let it go to collections because his pride was greater than his caring about you guys. He starts soliciting nude pictures from friends, from people he knows. How in the world do you, like, what makes you think, like, okay, yeah, but he's telling the truth about not meeting up with anybody?
Well, that's something I've asked over and over and over again.
Yeah, but he's not going to tell you that.
Yeah.
Because he didn't tell you when he was stealing money from the house, and he didn't tell you when he was let everything go to collections. He didn't tell you when he was hitting up friends for topless photos. He didn't let you know about that stuff, so why would he tell you the truth now?
Yeah.
And of course, listen, of course he feels good. He just lanced a huge boil. Like, secrets will kill you, and shame will crush a man. No question about that.
Yeah.
But Like
Yeah, I
he
feel
took
like
it
he
and he
let go
gave
of
it
his
to you.
burden and put it on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had these 2 cinder blocks he's been carrying around, and then he hands them to you. He handed you one of them, and you were like, I think there's another one. And you were right. And maybe there's another one, maybe there's not, but you know, who knows?
So what do I do moving forward? Because like, I
You
mean, it happened. I'm not just going to throw away the marriage. You know, like he is. I don't know. To me, he seems genuinely repentant for what he's done.
So
And
I think you have to reframe how you're thinking about it.
okay,
He threw away your marriage. Period. Do you want to build a new one with him? And if so, what must be true in the new foundation of this house you're going to rebuild? Please hear me say, what y'all had is over. Financially, sexually, emotionally, trustworthy, that is over. Do y'all want to build something new? And if you want to build something new with him, dude, I'm all in. I'm not. No one's going to beat you up on that. But you're going to want things
yeah,
to quote unquote get back to the way they were, and they won't be because he did what the other 2 guys have done. He's one of them now. And until
yeah,
you fully exhale on that and then say, okay, here's what must be true for me to rebuild. And you get to decide, you get to say out loud, here's what must be true about this new foundation that we're going to build. And husband, you're going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. And if he goes, are you serious? I already told you. Then he's not ready.
yeah,
If he says anything, anytime, anywhere, here's my phone, here's all the contacts deleted out, here's an app that any text I send, you get. I don't have a laptop anymore. I've gone to a flip phone. I'm going to SA
yeah,
meetings. Now we can build something new because you're not going to be able to put 2 feet like concretely on the ground. Ashley, you're always going to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And you have to because you've been down this road before and your body has a GPS pin in the middle of your chest. You know what kind of hell you've been through with breaking up serious relationships.
hmm
You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I do. I just,
You don't have to do any of
I
this.
don't.
You can just go on and just be like, yep, he's cured.
Well, I don't want to be so naive as to say he's just cured.
Okay, then what must be true? You tell me. What would make you feel like I can actually trust him again without doing what you've always done, which is bury your own emotions and bury your own fears?
Yeah.
He drops this big thing on you,
hmm
and you immediately went, okay. I don't fully believe him, but I'm going to be quiet for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Finally, I'm going to go through his phone. God almighty, I was right. And then you immediately go back to, okay, all right, now we're back. Now we're good. Here's your path forward. Your path forward is you actually, maybe for the first time in your life, asking yourself, what do I want in my house? What will make me feel safe and trusted? Or what will bring trust into my home again with this guy? And him singing Kumbaya over a weekend and dumping all the stuff on you is not the path. Maybe that's a start. Maybe that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I think you have to fully exhale. And you're so used to being starved for love that he starts being nice the day after because he feels 25 pounds lighter.
Mm.
And you're so happy, right?
Yeah.
And so here's what this looks like. We're going to pull a credit report. I want to know exactly how much money you owe and to who and to where you've spent it. I want credit card reports of all the credit cards you have. Once I see what credit cards are open on this credit report, because I don't trust you, we're going to go through each one of those, and I want to go through what you've spent the last 5-6 years. You're going to get a side job, and you're going to pay this $5,000 off, and you got 5 months to do it. You got 6 months to do it. No video games, no sporting events. I'm going to be a single mom for a bit, but you're going to go earn money and get this thing paid off. You're not just going to go to collections. We're not just going to say that is the way that is. You're going to go get a flip phone because I don't trust you to not send photos anymore. Not for a while. We're going to cut the Wi-Fi off at 8 o'clock or what. Like, you get to decide what happens, but this is you being serious about, we're going to go see a marriage counselor because I got to rebuild trust because you blew up our marriage. You're going to go to SA meetings. You say you have a lifelong sex addiction. You're going to start going to SA meetings. You're going to go to them a lot. Because I'm not going to walk out on you. I'm going to stay here with you. But there's a lot of work to do to build the foundation of a house that I deserve to live in. And you actually deserve to live in a house where there's trust and where there's peace and where there's laughter and where there's joy. And there's not your husband over there on the couch having some of his friends send him topless photos. You deserve that life. Today's day one.